All right, welcome back to What's New. We have some good news to report this afternoon in the battle to conquer cancer. Some recent studies show we are winning the fight against certain kinds of cancer, and there is even more hope moving forward that this trend may continue.
Senior medical correspondent Monica Robbins is here to share some of the numbers and information, and I would think that there are a lot of people going, phew, when they hear this.
We've had cancer. We're specific relating to cancer death.
Right.
So cancer death is what we're talking about. So the American Cancer Society reports U.S. cancer death rates dropped 33% since 1991. Experts are saying more needs to be done regarding prevention. Now, why is this happening? Early detection, fewer people smoking, and medical advances are partly responsible for the decline. However, lung and colorectal cancers are predicted to cause the most deaths this year. Prostate cancer is rising among men. However, thanks to the HPV vaccine, cervical cancer rates dropped in women dramatically.
We're seeing a 65% decrease in the incidence over the last 30 years of cervical cancer. We've actually seen a 300% increase in throat and anal cancers, over that same period of time related to HPV. Now, with the vaccination regimen that have been instituted in kind of the mid 2010s, if you will, we'll probably start to see a decrease, hopefully, in throat cancers. But what the challenge is, though, is the incidence of head and neck cancer is only accelerating.
Yeah, so the ACS projects nearly 2 million people will be diagnosed with some type of cancer this year. Nearly 610,000 will die. That is an uptick from last year's projection, but it still represents a continued decline of cancer deaths. And in case you're wondering, cancers with the highest survival rates include thyroid, prostate, testicular, and melanoma. And those with the lowest survival rates include pancreas, liver, and esophagus. So that's something to keep in mind.
I'm fascinated by the vaccine, and we had a conversation about this earlier this afternoon. I've always thought about the fight against cancer as treatment after it's been diagnosed, but this vaccine that is showing a reduction in contracting that certain kind of cancer leads me to wonder, should we be hopeful that down the road we'll have other vaccines that will prevent other kinds of cancers? Is that where this fight ultimately goes?
I don't think it's ultimately going there, but it is definitely going there. Yeah, we already have research happening into the breast cancer vaccine right here in Cleveland. And UH is doing research on a number of vaccines. I think it's going to be a combination of things. Prevention is key. If we can prevent cancer to begin with, then we don't have to deal with it. But I also think that immunotherapies are going to be key, because that's taking your own immune system, genetically modifying your cells to go back into your body and fight your specific type of cancer.
Are we doing that now, or is that on the horizon?
Yes, we are.
Really?
We are doing that now. And yeah, and the research
is doing it, right?
Yes, and every hospital in town actually is doing
phenomenal.
immunotherapy. But yeah, and I think that's the future. But I think it's going to be lifestyle changes. We need
diet.
There's a whole lot of stuff that goes into cancer, and it's just not one fix.
Okay. Great information.
That is. Monica, thank you.
Sure.